These were not in the freezer. They were in the refrigerator. Right here where I picked them up. I took them out to examine them, that they have ice in there, and this is the refrigerator. The setting is on 7 as far as I can see, right there. This could be 6, this could be 5. 7, 8, 9 would be up here. So 7, 6, 5, and then these numbers don't appear. The lower numbers don't appear. It says here, temperature control, 9 is the coldest. It is not on 9, which would be here. It is on 7, is what I can see. So, whose food is it? O.J. Simpson. Whose shit is it? Put you in prison with surveillance camera in Las Vegas hotel. About memorabilia. Well, this is old, but not as old as memorabilia. It needs to be thrown out. And then I have this problem that is stuck on the bottom from some paperboard that I did already throw out. This is salad dressing, everything seasoned ranch, yogurt dressing, and dip. I think it's glass. That's glass. That should not break. It made a stain down there. Yeah, I don't want to clean that up. March 16th, 2025. So that's expired. I will show the date today. Oh, the battery is charged at 100%. I have to turn on the phone to find out what is the date today for you not to take my testimony. So it will be a moment. These are yogurts. They are frozen. And these are the 2 that I find are frozen. The others I did not think they are frozen. But these 2, they are very hard to do this. It's very hard. So I think it's frozen in there. I don't know why. If it's not in the freezer, it shouldn't be frozen. Okay, that is the date right there. September 25th, Thursday. The year is 2025. Based on the yogurt right here, which is October 10th, 2025. But it's frozen. So do you want to don't take my word for it? Should I find something else with a date on it? Year 2025. What would you like to look at? Here is Pepperidge Farm. Sell by September 21st, 2025. So that is the year. Here is the milk. October 19th, 2025. This is some baking soda I found. I have seen people using baking soda to clean produce on YouTube. I don't have a way to store produce here because there is nowhere to set it down in this kitchen that has been cockroached. This is garbage. I can take it to the dumpster, but when I'm ready to take this one, I think I will take all of my garbage to the dumpster, and then I will put karma on these 3 crates, blue crates full of things I don't want to keep. These are new robes I want to wear. I show them over and over on YouTube, but they are the same too. New robes that I want to wear instead of the ones I'm wearing because they have pills on them. That is the pills. I don't want that touching my skin because it's unsanitary scream that it's no to wearing this robe, and then I have nothing to wear at all. That's why it's scream. All these little pills, I have nothing to wear at all if I don't have this against my skin of my Godhead. Yeah, I can afford a new robe every time I see this. I didn't really put it in a dryer. I didn't know that was possible. No, it hangs right here on this clothes rack, and it still has this kind of problem as though I washed it in a washer and dryer that other people use, including if their clothes were in the washer and dryer at the same time. That's not true. I washed it myself alone. I used a bucket to wash it alone. I used very hot water, and sometimes I use detergent, Gain, and it still has this problem from hanging dry on a drying rack. And right now it's inside, but I have had it outside. Is outside what is causing this? Because I have 2 more robes I can experiment with, but I don't want them to turn out like this. The son is homeless. If I lived in an owned home, I could set this outside, but I would just order a new refrigerator. The sun is behind a cloud right now. I needed to warm up this Chobani yogurt so it's not frozen anymore. And then I need a new refrigerator, but I would save this and drink it in between now and the time I obtain a new refrigerator. But I cannot obtain a new refrigerator because I don't actually live here in Karma. This is somebody else's apartment. They're letting me stay here because they don't mentally afford to put themselves in jail and prison on the point that they think I am trespassing. Do you think I am trespassing? And you did not put your thinking head in a jail and then prison because you think somebody who's not yourself is trespassing, is not yourself trespassing. So you don't go to jail and prison on that point. Because I will never solve this problem with the pills on the clothing. And in this case, it's just a robe of God. No one else will wear this for the reason that I do. Because I am the Grim Reaper is also true. This is the Grim Reaper robe. Oh, I just found a hair. I don't know if you can see it. It is a small one. Okay, there it is. Can you see it? Oh, I'll try and hold it up. No, I don't see it either. Which way do I show it? Yeah. Can you see it now? Okay, now it's on top of the robe. I picked it up off the robe. It's right there. So that's it. Now I'm going to put it out like it's a cockroach because it didn't see it come out of the top of my head. I did not see it come out of my head. So out. The rest of them I just drop on the floor inside the apartment if the door is closed. And I don't want any more. I need new clothes, and if I find something I don't like about my new bathrobe, I want another one. I don't know, it doesn't matter because you're not going to pay out another key to someplace else anyway, because you are a debt. But I am supposed to maximize the debt you are until it dies. And you want to maximize the debt you think I am. And that's what you think. You don't put your think head in jail and prison on that point. You are a constant threat to come in here and strangle myself. Yes, I've thought about it twice since I've had this video camera on for this video. Well, a threat to strangle me. And here's another hair. Okay, let me pick this one up. There it is. The door happens to be open, so I can put it out. I am not going to fall over. That is my threatening. I don't afford to watch this anymore. I don't need it, but I don't afford to watch this anymore. And that includes this silverware, plasticware set. Plastic cutlery set. This is sarcastic. I am not getting this with restaurant food, so what do I need it for? I might use it though, and then you will say that it was there for some other emergency of someone else. Does somebody else have an emergency and they gave me plastic cutlery set? Again, with the strangulation problem. What is wrong with you people? You are threatening that I am upsetting your mental capacity and that you will lash out at me and you won't go to jail and prison because that's where someone would lash out at you, would be your fault. Why do you think about such things, or don't you? Do you have it paid for that you are happy and you don't think about strangulation of myself? And you want to put me in a hospital too, that I might think that you are really not evil, even though you are public. Public is all of the threatening. And you even have people in the hospital that are from the public. They don't stay there permanently. They get discharged. They have discharge plans, announcements. Nobody thinks you are not making all the threatening in the hospital. No, I don't want to get my hand caught in the door right there. The hand fits right in there. This is somebody's hair tie. It fits right in there. It's not my hair tie, but it fits right in there. I don't want this whole problem. You keep trying to tell me that I am just a loan officer for you and your problems, and that is because my God is doing that to me. Because you suck the threatening, that you can't control yourselves and you make problems for me. That they are not due to myself. You think that it's alive that way, it is due to myself, and that's you sucking the threatening. That you are not myself to myself is not alive for me. It's alive. You just don't know because you shun. You shun things. You are not myself is not myself is alive for me. I cannot say it another way. I am saying it for myself. This is where the hand goes in, and it's not safe to do that. It's not safe to do that. It's not safe to be near you. Watch me close the door now. And that was my hand in there. Is it permanently locked? I heard it click like that. It's clicked. Yeah, but I'm on the outside. Oh, good, it's open, thankfully. There's nobody on the inside. That's why I don't want to live with you. Who hired you? Who sent you to make more threats on me than it is to get born? Yes, I don't have that many threats on me to be born here. Born in Wisconsin, of course, is where I was born. Before it was Wisconsin. So, nobody's going to take the garbage out for me. So who is going to take care of these heavy things? I know what is in here. So are these things going out? Who is keeping all of these things here? Well, whose apartment is it? Does Becky doesn't have a home because she's from Wisconsin? Oh, go to your home in Wisconsin. Sure. That is Jan Rustin, the realtor, and Jerry Estrada, the landlord here. They don't know each other personally. And then I'm not sure Jan Rustin is very honest. She might be a realtor to many people between the year 1989 and the year 2025 when she's a senior citizen now. Well, she might have sold so many houses she doesn't remember me. Well, you don't take my word for it. You think that I'm deceptive. You think that I am trying to get something out of you, saying I am not yourself, and that's all that matters to you. That you are yourself, and everybody who's not yourself, that's all that matters to you is that you are yourself. Right? You're thieving that you don't have a life that way. You have illegal genitals. Well, I am seeing that you make the threatening, so it is itself, but why aren't you in jail before you make the threatening in the presence of myself? Because you could make the threatening on TV and I could see it. Instead, you make it right at the front door, and then you are moving myself. I am deceased here. It is not paid for you to make the threatening on TV. I don't believe you. Well, it is time to make lunch. I am hungry for what I am going to make, but I have to start another video because this one is done. I want to drink this right now, but I can't because it's still frozen. It takes too long to thaw it. The light went out. This video camera battery is not long enough for me to just start cooking. I just burped again. It just burped again because I don't have the leverage here to be here. Nope, I don't, and I don't work for you. So I am going to set up the camera here. This is for after I'm done with the chili. Okay, I will move the pot again. There. Okay. This is tomato paste is a little in the way. Okay, there. Okay, these are the 2 bottles of water. Hopefully that is the proportion of water I will use today. I hope it will all be needed and used. I am overheated from the temperature outside is still warm at this time of year. It is end of September, year 2025. Maybe I'm about out of time trying to change you, persuade you to go into jails and prisons to stay away from me because I'm deceased is disclosed, and I don't have more that I can do for myself with my mouth, and you don't leave the front doorway alone. you're not due around here and you don't go just away. That's you need to be in jail and prison for that reason. That means if you're somewhere near where I am now and you cannot be elsewhere far away, say 10 miles away, that means you need to be in jail and prison for all of the distance between here and 10 miles away. And what about out of state, such as go to California? You need to be in jail and prison for all the distance. Your genitals are illegal. Don't you think so? You count things. You count everything. You count it all high. Don't you think your genitals are illegal? Why don't you believe in me? I state the order just like you use the word no. And the word no is in order, but not every time you use it. I can leave this camera on until the whole battery is 0. We could try that. Okay, this is some dish soap I have used to clean, but I have since cleaning seen cockroaches. And I don't want cockroaches. This is new. This is from outside. So it's for cleaning the duck in an oil spill. Who found a duck in an oil spill, like oil for motor vehicles? Petroleum. Anybody found a duck in an oil spill? Because I've seen it on TV, the commercial for Dawn dish soap. That it has dual purpose. It can be used to clean off dishes and then also wildlife that are caught in an oil spill, that's reached the shore so you can see that the oil spilled. But totally bizarre. Nobody wants the duck as Dawn. Dawn is like a brand that you want. You don't really want the duck. That is not the Dawn duck. It's just a duck. I left a text message along with a photo image of this fan and these 2 remote controls. And then it didn't show that there are these hair holders here that belong to somebody who's not myself. And there are these batteries that I did not bring in here myself, but I saw somebody open them and put 2 batteries in one of these 2 remotes. The other remote has no batteries. So what does he want? Because I'm not going to clean the fan. It's off. So I left a note, I want to say a text message about how this fan cannot be cleaned because of this here screw is screwed in. If it is not screwed in, I can get it open and I can clean. But it is screwed in. And I cannot get the screw out because I did not screw it in myself. That's my testimony about the fan. I don't want to pay for things I don't want to pay for. Why do you make me pay for things I don't want to pay for? You're going out of alive anyway. You are like a baby that never stops crying. Wouldn't it be funny if a female who was pregnant and gave birth to a baby with an umbilical cord if the obstetrician just left the umbilical cord connected to the female and the baby and let the baby just scream and the female can't get away from the baby screaming, just leave it like that. Let the baby scream, let the female hear it, all the way until the baby can get out of the umbilical cord by itself. Don't give it a scissors. It has to walk around with the female that is connected by the umbilical cord, and they have to live with that for all time that they are alive. What if they die from it? They could both die from the umbilical cord. What if they go like shunning, missing? What if they go missing, and when they're alive again, they are no longer connected? So what if you are not in prejudice to cut the umbilical cord? I want to know this about Libby Moser, or Sam Moser, and Daniel. Daniel is following a pregnancy I did see, but I did not see the baby Daniel. I saw the Daniel being older. That is not a good shunning. If he never really did get born in a hospital, because I was not in Wisconsin, maybe that's not a good shunning, but that's just the point, that you are trying to name him Moser, and we don't know why. Because you are paying out Becky's money to these little boys. Because they have a birthday too. Yeah. I don't have a birthday with a mother at this time. That means you frauded me my whole life that I had a birthday, and you still are making these babies live on the last name Moser, Sam, Libby, and Daniel. The ones that I would focus on are Libby and Sam. Sam is a boy. You should see how Sam and Libby can afford themselves when they're babies. Does somebody have a mental capacity problem that is looking at Sam and Libby? Because if they were elsewhere when they were babies, they wouldn't be able to help it. They wouldn't have saved themselves or hurt themselves because they're babies. They are just babies. God is the baby. And we don't know why the babies are so much trouble to me when the baby is not that much trouble to itself. Your baby's very much trouble for me. I am deceased out of the formed world. I'm just Libby. And that's a long time ago. That would be year 2004, year 2005, follow up about year 2004, and I was executed right out of the formed world and out of formed in female genitals on the Godhead. I don't have a life since the year 2005, and you're still making me shut down the creation myself for all the possible threatening. But I'm done. That's why I have a sky-high mental capacity. I'm done. I made threats, I did not get the money, and I'm done. Like, you cashed out the money. Let me say it that way. I make threats, you cash out the money, and I'm done. I make threats and I'm done, you cash out the money, and I'm done again. That means you don't give me what is mine to myself because it's not mine to yourself. Well, there is no defeating you. You belong in prison and you don't know how to get in there. You don't know what to do with yourself in a prison, but that doesn't belong in public. That belongs in the zoo. You're a zookeeper. Okay, the water is boiling. What's a zookeeper? If you threaten me, you don't believe in me because you are yourself. If I say I'm the soul of the superior founder deceased, and you say any words of English to me about myself after that, you are a zookeeper. If you want to talk to me about myself, you are a zookeeper. If you want to talk to me about myself, you are a zookeeper. And you don't know how to get into the zoo to be a zookeeper. You don't actually know yourself that way. And I see you don't want to know. You think you can be anything you want to be. Be all you can be in the army. Yeah. Then you can be a zookeeper after you survive the army, because you don't die from that you could be all that you can be in the army. You won't die that way. You need to be a zookeeper and smell all the animals all day, every day. And see all the customers who pay to get into the zoo. Watch them leave you at the end of the day. And they don't come back the next day. If you see a customer leave you at the zoo as a zookeeper, the public who sees the zookeeper does not come back to see the zookeeper. And they leave the zoo and they are not really allowed to come back after that the next day. They are allowed one visit a year. Okay, the water is just bubbling like that now. I know about that. It looks like soapy, but I know that it was bottled water is what I showed that I put in there. Okay, that is the inside. It smells good already. The inside of the bag smells good. Okay, now I smell plastic. Okay, I smell it a little. It depends if God wants to make the nose smell it. Okay, I can keep this until I am done with the pot of chili. So whisk and soup mix and 1 can of tomato paste. Oh, I need to add that now. So the tomato paste is here. 1 can is what is called for. I will turn down the temperature to 6 and see if that's better. This has been refrigerated. I just removed it out of the refrigerator. It's still cold. Yesterday I added it at room temperature for the first batch. This says refrigerate after opening, and it is open and it is cold. That is the tube being red. It looks red like evil, but it's fine. I need to hold it with 2 hands, so I'm just showing what I'm doing here. I need to use the other hand. Okay, I think that's enough. I have some left over. I don't need it right now, but I will need it for more chili, because I have this much tomato paste left for that somebody sent me other bags of chili before I received the tomato paste. Okay, let me use a spatula or something to stir. Does this look like it would be for rustic chili? I did wash it, but it is a little stained from a previous batch of chili. I don't actually have that I use dish soap to get the stain of tomato base of the soup here off the soup spoon, or what you call this, like to stir the soup. So this needs to boil for 25 minutes now. Maybe the tomato paste doesn't need that much time to boil, but that's what it's going to get because you say to add everything in at once. So 25 minutes. I need to turn off the camera most likely, but it could turn itself off. So it's 35 minutes of the time counted right now with 30 seconds, 31, 32. I'm going to say 25 minutes from now. That would be 55, 60 minutes into the video, so it'll be 60 minutes of this video. I don't have anything to say for that long right now, so I'm going to turn it off in the threatening. And then I will keep going because I have nothing to do. There's no one here to supervise me that I am cooking. Well, it is illegal action on the threatening to watch the door locking from the outside. This is unlocked. It just opens like this. And there are still all those things there, which means you stole all the food because you leave it there, not because I leave it there. You owe me that you remove these things and you bring me everything I need for myself, which means I need to pack and move because these are not my things, but they are already outside, so you're not keeping them. And you owe me a key to live someplace that's been renovated just for myself, and it's brand new for me. And then when I'm in there, you owe me everything new, like you owe me a new bed, you owe me new bedding, you owe me new towels, you owe me a new bathrobe because I would not ask for clothes at this time. I don't need new clothes because I don't have full height and I'm not thin anymore to wear clothes. I am overweight too much and I can't wear clothes. I can wear a robe of God at this time. So I need new robes of God. I would like a new selection of robes, but I would take more of the kind that I've been wearing for less than a year. I need everything offered to me as God because I am God deceased here, and you would not give me anything in any other way, right? If I am not yourself, why would you give me anything? So I am God. You should give me everything I need for myself. Witnesses myself to myself. It is mine to myself. If you don't, what could be yours to yourself? You are actually threatening your genitals that way. Well, we are far gone. Your genitals are deceased to me. Because my genitals are deceased because you don't know what your problem is, because you don't pay out keys to myself. Just me. Do you pay out keys to each other, like with realtors, with .coms like Zillow? Is Zillow.com paying out keys? To who? Are realtors paying out keys? To who? Because you don't give me keys because you charge me something like a listing price. If it's a $2 million house listing, you will charge me $2 million in cash. And then that would not cover your, what you call, commission. What's the commission that you are going to hand over a $4 key to a $2 million house? If you have the key is only worth $4. If I have the key, it's a $2 million house. Well, you are trying to say the house knows how much it's worth. The house knows how big it is. The house knows what it looks like, but it doesn't know the money, how much it's worth. To who? Because it matters who has the key, how much it's worth. It matters how many people have the key, how much it's worth. To who? I was wondering if Donna, my mom figure, got rid of a problem of hers. Did she just pass on a problem of hers to someone else? Who is the problem ever? Does she even know who I am? Who doesn't know who I am first? I don't know who I am first, or she doesn't know who I am first. When did she not know who I am, and when did I go missing away from my house? Whose house is it? And that's her needing to say she thinks that it's not my house. So who thinks it's not my house, and who else agrees with her? You are a strangulation problem. You are a suffocation, strangulation problem. You watch me on the internet as suffocation, deceased. What are you doing? You are not in prison because you are watching the internet like Moshe, but you don't believe in his house unless everybody is in it. But you don't all fit in my house. You don't believe in me, and everybody who doesn't believe in me don't all know each other, and they all live in my house. You don't have a life that way to be funny. That you don't believe in me because I am myself witnesses myself to myself. Yes, you need to be in prison on that point, and you don't know why you would be in prison on that point. Why are you all alike and you all don't know? Jesus is not alive. You are not responsible to each other for being consistent in the great debt it is to be formed by Jesus. Jesus is not alive. You don't have an excuse to talk to me about myself. You don't have an excuse that you don't believe in me, because Jesus is not alive to tell you that you were formed a certain way for himself. What? That's, so why aren't you in jail? This is a. Why aren't you in jail and prison? The Son of God. Why aren't you in jail and that you ever met me? Why aren't you in jail and prison for seeing me on the internet? Why aren't you in jail and prison on all the points that you are not in public? It's not really public for you to say you don't believe in me. That's you hostaging myself. I am not hostaging you. Why don't you go to jail and prison for that? You are hostaging somebody who cannot hostage you. Cannot. I don't have a life that way. Not even to you. I am not intimidating you, am I? Yes, but you are intimidating myself. This is not a back and forth. You are due in prison on that point. It's not a back and forth. I cannot go to jail for you on that point. I am not yourself. I need to check the time. I want to make sure it's 25 minutes of cooking time. Okay, so it's 4:10. So what is 25 minutes from 4:10? It's always 25 minutes. 25 minutes have passed. How many minutes have passed? Because it's cooking time is 25 minutes. Well, if you're a cook, you have to know what that is. And I am cooking right now, and I don't know what that is. Cooking time is 25 minutes. How many minutes has it been? I cannot watch this video camera clock meter and also watch the chili and know when it's done. I'm completely dependent on Mitch Moser right now to give me food, or I don't have a life. And I have known Mitch Moser since the year 1983, and he has never given me food to keep me alive. But I have had many restaurant lunches and dinners with Mitch from time to time. But he's keeping me alive with this food, but he would not do that elsewhere. He did not do that elsewhere. I want perfect chili. I want darn good chili mix. Darn good chili mix to be the perfect chili when it's done. I know it's not hard work because the stove is doing the work right now, but I have to watch to make sure that it's done because there are beans in there that need to be cooked all the way through in bottled water that is now in the pot. Do you think this is a good arrangement here? I don't want to touch the wall with my arm or hand, and it's right there. I don't want to touch it. I don't want the air space either. Yes, I could live in outer space on Star Trek because I don't like this touch problem. That is unsanitary right there, and it's too close to anything food. So there is this pot I'm not using right now, and I know why. And I have this pot I can use, thank God, because I like it. And then this is tomato paste I am done with. It goes in the refrigerator, but it's still here. And these are utensils. This is a scissors right here. This is two sets of tongs that match each other, but one's longer. And then it has a small amount of damage right there. I did not do myself. This is used from a thrift store.